this game and looking at the West Ham, obviously, you know, there's a point or two between them. You can see there's no panic in this game.
I've got to go to a penalty. Let's go to Ben Mundy.
Yeah, Luton Town have been handed a penalty, been handed a real boost to their playoff push. They need to win here, remember. Nahki Wells has the ball on the spot for the penalty, which was given for handball after a corner not dealt with by the Barnsley back line. So it's Nahki Wells up against Owen Goodman to give Luton the advantage here. Steps up, dispatches very calmly, very coolly, and the playoff push continues for Jack Wilshere's side. Luton Town 1, Barnsley 0.
Luton Town, very dangerous side at the moment. Also, let's bring you this news. Barnet now 3-1 up against Gillingham. Callum Stead, 2 goals in a minute. Right, Farah, I cut across you. We had to go to that penalty. What were you saying?
Yeah, no, I was saying the difference. Watching Tottenham play here, the intensity and intent they're playing with, it looks as well like they're not playing with any pressure. Away from home, I think, you know, obviously that home crowd that West Ham have, I think that pressure is added for West Ham against Everton. They're expected to win their home games, where I feel like just watching Tottenham, they don't look as if they're playing with any panic, even though they know they need those 3 points. And I think that's the difference with the two teams that are playing today. You know, West Ham being at home, their fans are going to expect 3 points. Tottenham away, yes, the fans expect it, but I think there's less pressure with less fans there. Yeah. You can see it in their play. It's free flowing, and I think, you know, they could be if they carry on the way that they're playing.
Yeah, but looking at this West Ham Everton game, I'm just looking at West Ham. They've had a lot of ball in the last 2 or 3 minutes, and they're getting into really good areas, actually.
Yeah, they're just starting to creep into a bit of control against Everton, but we know what Everton are like. As I speak, the West Ham are a chance. But we know what Everton are about. We know what David Moyes is about. He's going to go there. He's going to be rigid and stubborn and hard to beat. And West Ham are coming up against that now, so they're going to have to be really creative, which we know they can be, especially with the wide players, Somerville, Bowen, to get free of this Everton defence, or else Everton will soak it up and get a chance on the break like they have done a couple of times.
Yeah, and much happening at Anfield, Farah?
Not really. Verts had a chance quite early on off the right-hand side, cutting into the box and kind of scuffed his shot with a left foot, dragged it wide of the post. And Crystal Palace, you know, playing off Mateta, they're actually missing the press that Liverpool are trying to set, missing it, playing up to Mateta, and actually they've had the better of the chances, Crystal Palace.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to that big game in the Scottish Premiership. St Mirren against relegation-threatened Livingston. Gully Singh.
Yes, Jason, it's currently St Mirren 0, Livingston 0. Joe Noubley had a decent chance for Livingston early on. It was a shot saved by Ross Sinclair, drafting in for the St Mirren goal. There was a break from a corner, St Mirren raced down the other end. Declan John's shot was saved by Jerome Prior. Livingston, of course, receiving a lifeline after Aberdeen took the lead against Kilmarnock. If results stay the same, Livingston remain in the top flight for at least another week. St Mirren 0, Livingston 0.
Liam Lindsay has got Preston second, Bramall Lane this afternoon. They lead Sheffield United by 2-0. In the WSL at lunchtime, Manchester City lost any hope of securing the title this week when they lost 3-2 at Brighton. Emily Kilner was there.
In front of a buzzing home crowd, it's a statement win for Brighton, who have halted Manchester City in their step towards the trophy for now. Carolyn opened for City in the first 5 minutes, but Brighton mounted an incredible turnaround, equalising through Madison Haley just before the break, then extending their lead through Seke and Haley's second. A goal back for City's Bunny Shaw led to a tense final 10 minutes, giving them some hope, but it's crucial points dropped for them away from home, and Brighton have spoiled City's party for now. Final score, Brighton 3, Manchester City 2.
They have indeed. What a fine result for Brighton, Farah.
Big result. They're starting to hit a little bit of form, Brighton. They picked up some really good results of late. That's a bit of a shock result. I think the dominance that Manchester City have shown all season, you would have expected them to go away, pick up all 3 and go into that Liverpool game and become champions. They've just left it a little bit longer now in terms of when they can pick that trophy. But I guarantee Manchester City will be champions when that is. Will depend on how Arsenal get on after they played their Champions League fixture tomorrow. But yeah, a shock result. Fantastic for Brighton. They've got a semi-final in FA Cup coming up as well. So yeah, big result.
Yeah, big games this weekend, of course. Thank you, Farah. Cardiff 2-0 up now against Northampton Town. Party time there. Joel Colwell with a goal on 19 minutes. Right to the Kassam Stadium. Benny Glover.